All right, it's time to go on a tirade. CM Punk against The Rock. Now, the results of the match were as follows. CM Punk is basically losing to The Rock, and before he can do the people's elbow, the lights go out, and the Shield attacks him, and we're not supposed to see that it's the Shield, and that's supposed to be the whole big reasoning for how Punk can retain the title. Vince
Not
McMahon
according to
comes,
Michael Cole.
yeah, the Shield, that's the Shield, and I was like, uh, Vince
Shut
McMahon
up, you stooge.
Vince McMahon comes out and he says, "I know what you were trying to do here. That obviously was the Shield, and I know you're going for this whole you couldn't see them thing, but I'm going to strip it for you anyway."
They're John
And
Cena.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah,
You
you
can't
can't
see
see
us.
them.
yeah, and then
We're terrible.
the Rock does the whole no 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 I gotta take it from him. You know that
No, 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 no.
yeah it
You're not
was
taking it from them.
over the
I
top
am.
and
You're not
uh,
gonna take it from him.
and
I'm gonna
then
take it from him.
Then The Rock beats Punk and wins the title. Now, there's a couple things I wanted to hit on here. First off is the idea of restarting the match. I I liked it and I didn't like it. What I liked about it was when they had the Shield thing happen, my first instinct was, "Oh, good, this will give them an extra month and they'll do something at Elimination Chamber and uh maybe they do have a triple threat or something like that." My second thought is I don't like about it is the fact that this builds up this idea that Punk couldn't possibly have beaten The Rock and that we needed to give The Rock even more, even though he already had all of this going for him. We were going to give him the title. He's already getting all this fucking promotion and all that. And we needed to make it even more by having him be like, no, 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 I got to beat the guy and all this. And I don't like when any situation, whether it's a TV show or if it's a sporting event or anything like that, tries too hard to make somebody a hero, and it's not in the sense of it working naturally. Like you should be able to watch a Superman show and instantly Superman is the hero, and you don't have to be beaten over the head with it a whole lot.
Yeah, the worst part for that, just to add to it, was they tried to make him the underdog.
Yeah, and I'll
Mhm.
get on the whole thing with the John Cena underdog thing too. Uh, when it comes to The Rock challenging back, if you're a kid, you probably ate this up. And if I was a kid, like when I used to watch wrestling, I probably would have fucking loved it. But that being said, I'm not a kid anymore, and you can't always appeal just to the kids. There's a lot of people that probably did like it that weren't just kids. I'm not going to say that it's only 5-year-olds that like it or something like that.
Well,
And
I'm gonna name one guy, Paul. You loved it, yeah, I understand that, but it was still just a bad move.
But the thing that drives me nuts isn't the fact that The Rock won the title. It's the fact that he's winning the title to drop it at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
And they
Yeah.
booked this backwards as we need John Cena to win the title from The Rock at WrestleMania. Let's figure out everything ahead of time. Oh, well, it looks like the best thing to do is to have Punk drop the title at Royal Rumble. They didn't do it as I really want The Rock to win the title at Royal Rumble and then build up to John Cena taking it from him at WrestleMania. It's going to end up being something that everybody's going to look past on and go, you know what? That was a shame. They really could have gone that extra 2, 3 months and really made somebody out of it. Because I really miss when, like the HBK in '96, he wins the Royal Rumble, he beats Bret Hart in an Iron Man match, and he wins his first championship. The babyface wins, even though Bret Hart was a babyface. Uh, you know, Austin wins the Royal Rumble. He goes on, he beats Shawn Michaels, wins the title for the first time, like that kind of stuff. You could have done and made somebody's entire career, as we talked about before, by beating CM Punk at WrestleMania.
but this is the worst part though as well. They could have done that. They keep going on and touting we need new stars, we need new stars. Why don't you have so many opportunities to build new stars, and instead, oh, The Rock's promoting a movie, so let's hand him the championship. It's not. It shouldn't work that way. And it's not just the fact that he won the title. It's the way that it was done. You basically shot your biggest heel in the company in the foot. You made this whole scenario into, oh, the Rock's the underdog here. Punk's winning by any means. No, you're making Punk the underdog because he has to go to these means to retain. Instead, they could have had this whole Punk beating the living snot out of the Rock, or Punk being an actual threat, instead of the Rock one-upping him every chance he got. You built it wrong. You made this match.
Didn't really one up him all that much, though. I mean,
No,
Punk was
I
in
don't mean
control
on the
of
mic.
3/4 of the match.
Yeah, I don't mean. Well, that's the problem though. But was he in control because he was beating on the Rock, or because the Rock looked really shit? There was points where the Rock looked like he was out of breath throughout that whole match, and Punk had to do certain things to stall it. And you're going into that caliber match. It's the same thing that I said about Ryback. You're in no proper physical shape to actually compete, and you're in that match for the WWE Championship. Yeah, and the thing is, it has to be about more than look. But I think Punk attested to it. Daniel Bryan, all these other guys that have come from like companies like Ring of Honor, they can wrestle, and they can wrestle better than probably 99% of the roster in that company. And it's because of the fact that these guys, they not only get themselves in shape, but they get themselves in ring shape. Look at Ziggler. Ziggler's another testament to it. The guy looks good. The guy can last. The guy's amazing in the ring.
He's good on the mic. He's good for promotional stuff. He's good for every little thing that they have in the company.
Yeah. And then you got a guy like The Rock, who is in the worst shape. And he is literally in the worst shape of his career, ring-wise. Because he can't last. And it's the same issue I had last year with Mania. The guy is so sluggish. And having him face Cena at WrestleMania, he's going to be the same old shit. The guy won't be in ring shape because he needs to drop that weight. He needs to get himself in proper cardiovascular shape. And he won't do it because he'll have to sacrifice a movie role where he's playing a big hulking character.
My least favorite section of this whole thing, because this is one of the things I wanted to touch upon when the match quality and all this. The thing that bothers me the most with The Rock and John Cena too is I didn't really love their Rock and John Cena 1. And I thought that this Punk match would be better. And I think it was better overall.
No, but why was it better? Was it better because of The Rock?
It was because of CM Punk. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. And
that's what's going to screw them for WrestleMania is because they don't have CM Punk in that. It's going to be Rock and Cena again. Yeah. And they're building it with this fucking over-the-top, stupid, I want to beat them over the head with a mallet type of thing, where they have John Cena come out and he goes, well, if I challenge for against
man, that was so annoying. If I
challenge against CM Punk, I haven't beaten him. If I challenge The Rock, I haven't beaten him. Wink, wink. I'm supposed to be the underdog again. Nudge, nudge. You know what happens here. John Cena years ago stopped being the underdog, and they are so goddamn stubborn with this. It is the equivalent of a drug addict who will not admit that they need help. And it's not just me saying that because of like, oh, I'm tired of Cena. If this was anybody, it would be the same story.
If it was Punk even, it would have been the same story. Because there's a certain length where you get to, a certain stage where you stop being the underdog.
Yeah, Triple H is never the underdog in any match anymore. Undertaker...
Well, he made that abundantly clear 10 years ago.
Right, yeah. Undertaker is never going to go into WrestleMania as the underdog. That's just not the case. He has to just be the person who...
The guy.
I am getting older and there's a chance that I might not or whatever like that. But he's never going to be the underdog that has to fight back. You can have your Randy Ortons and your Rybacks and your Sheamus and all that kind of stuff. They can still kind of work here and there, but John Cena has proven time and time again you can't do the underdog storyline because nobody buys it anymore. Yeah. And you can't build your main pay-per-view of the year and your main match for the pay-per-view where you're not only doing a rematch,
But you're doing the exact same main event match that sold the last year's show.
Yeah, and you're doing it with a repeat of an angle that people have been tired about for years now. So that's like WWE flat out saying, all right, well, here's a good analogy. Have you ever eaten the same food 3 times in a row? Where you've had like, say you had like Christmas dinner, and then it was like, oh, well, we got to eat up the leftovers, and we eat it the next day. That third day where you're like, I fucking cannot stand this anymore. This is
throw it away. You're gonna throw it fucking away.
This is the WWE not only doing the leftovers. This is them trying to pass the leftovers on for years, and trying to make you think that it's a brand new great dinner, and it isn't.
Also, to add to that clusterfuck, where's Brock Lesnar gonna fit in all this? Because
that's already happened on Raw, and
the game.
It's most notably the fact that and I said this to you, Tony, didn't I, when we had that conversation, that Brock was going to come back when Paul Heyman was going to be chastised by Vince McMahon,
right?
And he took out Vince, so that gives Triple H to come back and fill that void.
You beat up my daddy, so I'm gonna beat you up. That kind of
bullshit. It's pretty much
beat up the man who's my kid's grandfather, a man I idolize. You've taken so much from me and you. WrestleMania,
and I've bloodied
fucking with a sledgehammer. I need my win back with a pedigree. Rematch Mania 29. Brock.
I gotta grow my hair back to get into wrestling shape.
He's gonna look ridiculous.
Time to grow the mane
in the game trunks. Oh man, I can. Oh, God Almighty.
Grow the mane.
It's a good one.
Time to grow the mane.
The whole issue I'm having at the moment is it's exactly what you're saying. They're trying to force these matches happening, and Cena versus The Rock, right? You have to make the match interesting, but the only way to make the match interesting is if you turn one of these guys heel.
You're not going to do that. You're 100% not going to do that. It's going to be the exact same build as last year, except, Rock, I want to take your title. I had the worst year of my career last year, partly because of you. I'm going to make this your worst year, and I'm going to win back that championship.
And Rocco, and I'm on the best. I'm on the best roll of my life. I won the title. It took me a while to get it. I'm not going to drop it anytime soon. There you go. I already beat you last year. I'll beat you again. Rinse and repeat every single week.
But you know what the worst part of this is going to be?
Me sitting in the crowd going, "What the fuck did I spend $202 for?"
I was just thinking that.
It's not this way, right? When The Rock drops the title to Cena, what's going to happen? Is he going to come back to the WWE? Is he going to wrestle again? It's all up in the air. No one knows. This might be his final year with the company because, they've given him what he wanted, which was exposure so he can go and start doing films again. Because literally when he first linked up with the WWE, his career was in the shitter. And it was a mutually sort of beneficial way for both guys to get what they want. But now you're sacrificing something that would have been an awesome Mania. You could have had, if they wanted another fucking match with each other, make the stakes, do it. As I've said this before, as I've talked before about The Rock and Cena, there needs to be more than I respect you. Oh, okay, let's have a match together. Let's have a match.
To be fair, John, that whole feud said he didn't respect The Rock though, and verbally
but now it's going to be after the feud. What did he say? I now respect The Rock.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to do the same shit where he pulls out the chain and he's like, "Oh, we're going old school now. I'm doing the word life thing, and I'm
that I do for 1 week a year."
Yeah, I'm slowly rapping and reading off dialogue that I wrote backstage with the person that also writes my old fucking poop jokes and everything.
Then you have Kane come out there to teach him how to hate.
Yeah, and The Rock will come out and be like, "Oh, you're making poop jokes? I'll make pussy jokes, pussy and cock jokes. Ha ha ha! Look at that, we're 12." And then it'll be the same fucking thing over again. And then at the same time, WWE is going to be so focused on that and on Triple H and Brock Lesnar that they're going to be like, "What the fuck did we do for the World Heavyweight title? Who cares? It doesn't matter. What do we do to fill this spot? Who cares? Doesn't matter." And we're going to get a shit fucking main event.
Speaking of other rematches, of the only ones that I'm looking forward to, and it's a fucking undercard match, it looks like they're going to be doing Ziggler and Jericho at WrestleMania.
I'm thinking they're going to do that at Elimination Chamber.
Did you think they're really going to blow that early?
Yeah, I think they
I
are.
don't think so.
Because
We talk about the
we
WWE,
are
man.
thinking that Ziggler's probably going to end up cashing in at Elimination Chamber. I don't see any other way around it.
With Jericho coming back, it kind of throws a wrench into the whole plan. Like, everything that's happened since that pay-per-view, it's like, okay, where do we go from here? Other than Rock and Cena and Triple H and Lesnar.
Well, SmackDown
Because,
doesn't have a World Title Elimination Chamber match yet, because they've announced all 5 competitors, but they haven't added the 6th. So the 6th could be Del Rio, or it could be Big Show.
Well, no, it's supposed to be the winner faces the World Heavyweight Champion between Del Rio and Big Show, I think.
Oh, shit.
So it's going to be...
It would have been easy if they had Del Rio win the Elimination Chamber and Ziggler just come in and cash it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that, but well, the only thing we do know for sure is that with this Rock and Cena and Punk thing... Oh, well, to go back to the match itself, because we actually are supposed to be talking about the match. I forgot about that for a minute.
That's how interesting it was.
So we're just venting about what they're clearly building towards Rematch Mania 29.
Right. Match quality, does everybody agree it was better than Cena Rock?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was much better than Cena Rock.
Yeah.
Again, Cena Rock was not even...
You mean Cena Rock was better?
Well, it had more... The crowd was more alive for it, and it did have like the leg drop spot in that. Like, what did this match had? It had the table break where both guys fell.
Actually, that was the funniest part of the whole match when the table collapsed on both of them when he was about to do the rock bottom.
I'm like, oh god, like that's like the failed pedigree from way back when.
You know whose fault that was?
It was Kofi Kingston's fault.
That was the Shield.
Oh, yeah. It was the Shield. They were under the table and it broke. Oh, shut up, you stooge.
Shut up, you stooge.
Michael Cole just forgets the script and starts saying it. Then the lights aren't even out. He's just like, you see that? It's the Shield. They powerbomb the Rock. Oh, fuck.
They clearly break the table. Rock just lays on it.
Yeah.
But, I would say that this match had better actual mat wrestling, which is 100% done by Punk. Rock was like the dead weight doll that he was just kind of grappling for the most part.
Yeah, it's one of those
From a
things
technical standpoint, he actually made Rock look like he could technically wrestle against him. I mean, that's fucking impressive.
But
Not gonna lie, that's pretty impressive.
You knew throughout the match that the Punk and the Rock, that Punk, and did you notice that the Rock actually did a proper sharpshooter this time?
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, he did.
He's a sharpshooter, yeah.
Yeah, and with him and Punk, you notice that Punk carried him throughout that whole match. You noticed it.
Well, Punk's in-ring general and way better general than Cena, so of course he's gonna know what to do and know how to make sure that, okay, this is not gonna, we're the fucking main event. We are not gonna stink up the show. I refuse to have that happen. Of course he's gonna know what to do, how to do it to make Rock look good.
Yeah, and the fact is, when it comes to the whole situation, it was an okay move. It was a good match. It was a solid match. It was, for me, far better than Rock versus Cena because I don't think Cena knew how to carry the Rock. And my only issue was the damn fucking elbow and the Shield. I don't have an issue with the Shield getting him. It's the fact that he came back in afterwards.
I liked the match. I would definitely give it 2 thumbs up. I thought it was, it was definitely, it had the feel of an epic WrestleMania main event at an event that wasn't WrestleMania. I think we all agree about that. And again, the only thing that fucking pissed me off, and I expected The Rock to win the title. I'm not gonna lie. Did not expect Punk's reign to continue after this. And I could even survive him being pinned by the people's elbow because, yes, that is an actual finisher.
It shouldn't be. It's terrible.
I know it should be, but it's not like he just started using that. I mean, that goes way back. It was the
most
fucking...
electrifying move in sports entertainment. What's wrong with you?
My fucking ass.
You don't need to restart the match just to have Rock win anyway. I mean, you could have gotten to that even with the Shield interference and still had the Rock win. And even maybe a rock bottom out of nowhere. And then, for one thing, they don't restart the match. And then he uses a fucking rock bottom. He doesn't even use a people's elbow. You could have got to the Rock winning even with the blind Shield interference and still got that. You didn't need to restart the match. You didn't need to have Vince come out and threaten strip Punk of the title. You could have gotten the same result without restarting the match. Restarting the match killed the momentum that they were building.
I agree.
And it tarnished the match from being, a complete spectacle to just being, okay, it was a really good main event, but Rock won. He ended a historic title reign. Yeah, let's sigh in horror at Rock Cena 2.
All right. Well, that kind of rolls us out for all the pay-per-view talk. And as I said before, we will be talking about, because now we know what everything's going to fucking happen when it comes to the WWE title at WrestleMania, we'll be running it down each and every week and bitching and complaining about how boring it is and how predictable everything is and all that other kind of stuff.
And how Cena has lady parts.
Yeah. That brings us
on Twitter.
That brings us to the plugs. And before we get into the plugs, we have Mike Payton back here. It's the very, very end, but we still got him anyway.
What's up, people? Apologize for being late. The Army Black Knights gods demanded my presence because there was a gymnastics meet. First thing I just want to say, nobody ever should talk bad about gymnastics folks, because the things that they can pull off is absolutely amazing. And if you're a fan of wrestling, if you're not impressed by what they're doing, that's just a shame.
I could do that. Yeah, right.
You can do that, but you don't want to.
Some days.
All right, so the reason I'm here is because we had our little Royal Rumble contest, and I accrued the most points, which I almost feel like is a shame because I did not call the winner, but it still came together. And it came together because of, as far as Anthony told me, because of my spot-on pick of Heath Slater.
Yeah.
So I'm quite grateful to Heath Slater. What I released to Sir Michael Burhan, I don't know if you talked about it on the air, but what I have picked, I received, or I came up with the idea by a segment that was on this past Monday night's Raw, a segment that some people may have called one of the worst segments of all time. Now,
no, I think I know where you're going with this.
It's not to do what Tensai did.
Okay. Thank God.
See, because I am in a little bit of debt to Sir Heath Slater for winning me this contest. Therefore, what I will be asking you gentlemen to do is, let's say Drew McIntyre got hurt and he hurt his wrist and he can't play guitar no more. So they need a new member for the 3-man band. All of you gentlemen have to make a tryout video of first cutting a promo why you are the man that belongs in the 3-man band, and then putting on the 3-man band theme and doing your best air guitar while wearing the tightest pants that you can find.
All right, well, if you had to pick one of us to do it, and we don't have the time for everybody to do it and all that, who would you pick as the one person to do it?
Ooh.
I personally really want to see Brayden do this.
I would go with Burhan. I think Burhan would appreciate this.
Ooh, Burhan.
Oh, was that Burhan crying?
Yes. One second, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's already leaving.
Oh, I feel bad now.
I think that has some. I
Mom,
think that has to be Burhan now.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to take that as a sign then. Burhan, you're off the hook. I'm going to follow Anthony's suggestion. Brayden, you're in.
Yes, again, Mum. It's early morning now.
Is that official?
That's official. I'm going to take the crying girl as a sign.
Well, no, I'm going to do it, yeah. No, sorry, my daughter has a bit of a tummy ache.
So,
well, I suggest
that
with him or me does it. I think all of you people could be great candidates for the 3-man band should Drew McIntyre be hurt.
But thanks,
man. Baby!
We'll try to get that out as quickly as possible, and then hopefully burn it from the internet and all that.
I've got to find the tightest pants. I need to find the tightest
pants. Tight pants.
We'll borrow them from your girlfriend. I'm pretty sure that's what Jinder Mahal did this Monday. So.
Oh. His girlfriend, Heath Slater. All right. Well, that brings us into the plug section then, and obviously that's kind of a plug in itself. We're watching the next couple episodes to see when that pops up. and you can.
That'll probably pop up by next week because I'll probably shoot that tomorrow. Well, shoot out either tomorrow or Sunday, depending what happens. But I am gonna end up shooting it, and I don't know yet if I'm gonna actually stand there with my top off or not, because I might not, because I'm a bit of a hairy git at the moment.
So quick plug, since we have run kind of long on this episode. Sign me up, bring a Smark Out moment sign to any kind of wrestling event, and give me the picture or video of it, and I'll put you on the show. Always check out the links at the end of the show on the outro itself. That kind of rules everything out with that.
Feel better.
Then we got on behalf of Burhan, he's one of the contributors, of course, of Fanboys Anonymous.
Yeah, with I Got Gameplay. Was that sweetie?
You did a radio show.
Yes, go lie down. With I Got Gameplay. My daughter's sick, guys. Sorry about this.
No problem.
But yeah, also that I'm actually I do my blog Nerd Genius. That's going to have a nice little facelift in the next couple of weeks. As a thank you to everybody, we just hit over 20,000 views.
17,000 are you?
Yeah. And we're looking at the moment to produce some new content, including a new show that I'm going to be doing, which is going to consist of reviewing the week's wrestling events going on, and it's going to be sort of comedic based, called Wrestle Ramblings. Hopefully I'm going to have a word with Tony, who'll hopefully be executive producing the project. Rewriting the books will be coming back. They'll be hosted on a new network. It's not going to be YouTube based anymore, but on Blip TV. And also, last but not least, I'm writing a script at the moment for a film which is a zombie musical. So if you guys want to donate towards the project, it's a great project. It's not going to be tongue-in-cheek. It's going to have its own sort of premise. I'm hoping to release a few more details once I get the Kickstart page up. If you want to donate beforehand, I have a donate bar on nerdgenius.com. You won't be sorry. Add me on Twitter at Michael Burhan, or go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/nerdgenius.
All right, and Carlos?
Just like Mike, I'm mostly on Facebook, so you can always find me at Carlos Antoine Covington. And most of the time I'm always checking out these guys' pages, either at Fanboys Anonymous, or at a Smark Out Moment, or at a Mango Tree. And I also need to check out that podcast you did on the Life and Times, I think, of the Sega Genesis, Mike, that you was doing.
Yeah, we're going to be... That podcast will be updated and uploaded by Sunday. The reason being, I'm waiting for Libsyn to sort of give me a bit more room on the host side, because we currently met our quota, and by Sunday I'll get a few more megs on there, so I can actually post the video up and put it out on Stitcher, iTunes. If you guys want to actually listen to it and you don't want to download it onto your machine, just download the Stitcher app. It's available on all mobile phones, like Android, iPhone, or if you have a BlackBerry, you can actually download it on a BlackBerry podcast. So do that. Thanks for the plug there, Carlos.
No problem, man.
And Braden?
Well, just any of those watching, if you're interested in hearing anything in all Nintendo in terms of news and even PlayStation, my channel, www.youtube.com/SpoodBeast, brings basically whatever news, rumors I can scrap up and talk about for a video log. So that's basically the same thing I plug every week, and here's to doing more of these episodes. Absolutely.
And I highly recommend it as well, because Braden is extremely knowledgeable on all things Nintendo, and has some good views as well on Sony and the PlayStation. We've got some info coming up in regards to the PlayStation 4, so watch out for that, people.
Plus, you can check out Braden's beard. And
yes,
the other
you can
bearded,
actually see it.
another bearded member, Mike Payton.
I'll be quick since my appearance was brief. Facebook.com/NewbieTV. That's NEWBTV. We're another nerd culture themed website, but we create original series. We have a few series that we premiered both this past weekend, and we have another one coming up this weekend. I'm not going to get too much into detail. Just go there. Facebook.com/NewbieTV. You'll like it.
There you go. That does us in for episode 65. And next week we have coming your way the finisher versus finisher. That's going to be a new segment that we're going to bring to you, as well as hot tags and the Ask Him and whatever ends up happening with that. And I might be posting up a little schedule lineup for everybody to reference for the rest of the weeks and everything up to April 12th and the WrestleMania review. So keep watching out for that. Keep tuning in. Episode 66 is going to come your way next week. So for now, this is another Smark Out moment, and we're being counted out. Adios, everybody.
Your time is up. My outro's now. You can't see me. My outro's now. I'm the franchise, so I'm standing tall. You can't see me. I'm main event. You think of me cause I fell off, man? I knock your shell off. You want to be a jobber for life? Come and get me. I am the business and I finish. I witness. You want to see me in a world title match with The Rock for fitness? I'm a surrender. If you don't like me, you can bite me. Because I'm always the man who's bigger thunder than lightning. What about Ryback? Because I threw him over the ropes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, bring it.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm done now because
Listen, you can't see him. You can't see him.
You
Can't see him.
It's gonna be what's gonna be. Rocky Cena having a rematch that no one wants to see.
We can't.
Yes.
Want to see him.
As you can tell, we're just cutting the guy off.